Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome to your ultimate guide to digital painting. Today, we are kicking off a massive 5-part masterclass series, where we are going to break down the entire digital painting process from a blank canvas to a fully finished, professional masterpiece. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You watch those 60-second speed paint videos on TikTok or Instagram, and it looks so easy, right? They slap down a sketch, boom. There is a beautiful character with perfect shading, but when you sit down at your own tablet, you get stuck. Your lines feel shaky, your colors look muddy, and you just don't know where to go next. Trust me, I have been exactly where you are. A few years ago, I was working on a fantasy character commission, a warrior standing in a moody backlit forest. I spent 10 hours just trying to fix the lighting because I didn't have a structured workflow. I kept painting over my mistakes, getting more and more frustrated, until I almost threw my stylus across the room. That is exactly why I created this 5-part series. We are stripping away the magic tricks and looking at the actual raw process. Over the course of these 5 videos, we are going to cover everything: concept and sketching, clean line art and structure, blocking in base colors, rendering light and shadow, and finally, adding those cinematic post-processing effects that make your art pop off the screen. Today's video is part 1, and we are diving deep into the absolute foundation of any great painting: idea generation, composition, and thumbnail sketching. Because if your foundation is weak, no amount of beautiful rendering or fancy brushwork can save it. We have a lot of ground to cover today, and this is going to be a comprehensive, deep dive session. In fact, if you look at the progress bar, this video is a full hour long. We are not skipping steps, we are not speeding things up by 10,000%, and we are not hiding our mistakes. You are going to see every single stroke, every decision, and every correction in real time. Because this is a 1-hour masterclass, I want to make sure you can navigate it easily. Right now, at the *315*** mark, we are finishing up our introduction and diving straight into brainstorming. Later on, around the *1845** mark, we will transition into structural sketching, and by the *42 to 10** mark, we will be refining our final rough draft. If you ever need to pause, grab a coffee, or practice a specific section on your own tablet, please feel free to use the time codes in the description below. Let's start with the blank canvas anxiety. It is real, and it affects every artist. From beginners to professionals, you open up Photoshop, Procreate, or Clip Studio Paint, you see that bright white rectangle, and your mind just goes completely blank. To beat this, we need a plan before we even touch the pen. For this entire 5-part series, we are going to work on a concrete project together. We are going to create a sci-fi cyberpunk alchemist. Imagine a character in a high-tech lab surrounded by glowing neon vials, holographic screens, but wearing traditional, flowing robes. It is a mix of old-world mystery and futuristic technology. Why are we choosing a complex subject like this? Because it allows us to tackle multiple challenges. We get to practice human anatomy, drapery and clothing folds, hard surface tech, and complex emissive lighting. Right now, as we hit the *530** mark, I am opening up my reference board. I cannot stress this enough. They never paint entirely from your head. Even the world's top concept artists use references. If you try to draw a futuristic laboratory purely from memory, your brain will give you a generic symbol of a lab, not a realistic, detailed environment. On my left monitor, I have PureRef open with images of vintage apothecary bottles, modern chemical labs, cybernetic armor, and dramatic cinematic lighting from movies like Blade Runner. Look at how I am beginning to gesture on the canvas. Notice that I am using a very large, soft brush with a light grey color, not black. Why light grey? Because black lines are intimidating. Black lines feel permanent. When you use a light grey or a muted blue, your brain treats it as a playground, a temporary guide. I am drawing very loose, chaotic shapes. I am looking for the silhouette. Let's talk about the rule of thirds. If you look at the canvas right now, as we approach the **, 10 o'clock ** mark, I am mentally dividing this frame into a grid of 9 equal rectangles. I want our cyber alchemist to be the main focus, but I don't want them dead center. Dead center composition can sometimes feel stiff, like a passport photo. Instead, I am placing the character's main eye and face right on the top right intersection of those grid lines. This naturally guides the viewer's eye through the frame. Notice how messy this is. If you are watching this right now and thinking, wow, that looks like a bunch of scribbles, you are absolutely right. It is supposed to look like scribbles. At this stage, you are not drawing details. You are not drawing individual fingers, eyelashes, or wires. You are drawing energy. You are drawing the flow. If you find yourself struggling with how to set up your initial canvas resolution or color profiles before you even get to this messy sketching stage, you can skip right over to the 230 marquee, where I walk through my exact document setup, including why I always paint in 300 dpi and use an RGB color space. Moving forward into the asterisk 15 o'clock asterisk mark, you can see that the silhouette of our character is starting to take shape. We have the heavy, slouching shoulders of a tired scientist. We have the long, vertical lines of the robes dropping down on the left side, balancing out a massive, glowing mechanical arm on the right side. This creates contrast. Contrast is what keeps an artwork interesting. Hard tech versus soft cloth. Dark backgrounds versus glowing neon elements. Now, let's address a common mistake I see a lot of intermediate artists make. They get an idea, they do one quick sketch, and they immediately start painting. They commit to their very first idea, but your first idea is usually your most generic idea. It's the idea that everyone else would think of. That's why we do thumbnails. Watch what I am doing here at the asterisk 1830 asterisk mark. I am shrinking this first sketch down into the corner of my canvas, and I am opening up a second small box. We are going to try a completely different composition for the exact same prompt. For this second thumbnail, let's try a low angle shot. Imagine looking up at the alchemist from the perspective of the lab table. This makes the character look powerful, almost dangerous. See how changing the camera angle completely changes the story of the painting. The first sketch felt intimate, like we were spying on a scientist at work. This second sketch feels intense, like we are about to be experimented on. As an artist, you are a director, you control the camera, the lighting, and the mood. As we cross the asterisk 23 o'clock asterisk mark, I am working on a third thumbnail. This one is a wide shot, focusing heavily on the environment. The character is small, surrounded by massive, towering server racks and pipes. This tells a story of isolation. Take a look at these three thumbnails side by side on the screen right now. We have the intimate mid-shot, the dramatic low angle shot, and the cinematic wide shot. For this tutorial series, I think the first one, the intimate mid-shot, gives us the best balance. It allows us to focus heavily on character rendering while still giving us enough background elements to practice environment painting. So, we are going to choose thumbnail number 1. Now that we have chosen our direction, we enter the second major phase of today's video. Structural breakdown. This is where we turn the messy scribbles into something that actually makes anatomical and physical sense. Watch my layers panel on the right side of the screen at the asterisk 27 to 15 asterisk mark. I am lowering the opacity of our initial thumbnail layer down to about 20%. It becomes a faint ghost on the screen. I create a new layer on top, and I switch my brush color to a vibrant red. I like using red for structure because it separates itself visually from the grey sketch underneath. Now, I am building the mannequin. If you struggle with anatomy, this is the secret. Do not try to draw the skin or the clothes yet. Draw the simple 3D shapes that exist underneath. The human head is a sphere flattened on the sides with a wedge attached for the jaw. The rib cage is an egg shape. The pelvis is a tilted bowl. Look at how I am drawing the center line down the face and the torso. This line represents the spine and the symmetry of the body. Even though our character is turned at a 3/4 view, this center line helps me place the eyes, nose, and mouth in correct perspective. If you just guess where the features go without this structural line, your faces will end up looking flat, or worse, skewed. Let's pause for a moment and look at the mechanical arm at the asterisk 33 to 45 asterisk mark. This is a complex object. It has gears, pistons, wires, and armor plates. If you try to draw all those details right now, you will lose your mind. Instead, look at how I am breaking it down into cylinders and boxes. The shoulder is a sphere. The bicep is a cylinder. The forearm is a tapered box. By treating complex objects as simple geometry, you take away the fear of drawing them. Anyone can draw a cylinder, anyone can draw a box. And if you can chain those shapes together in perspective, you can draw a sci-fi robotic arm, a spaceship, or a castle. It is all the same fundamental skill. If you look closely at how my hand is moving across the tablet right now, you will notice that I am drawing from my shoulder, not my wrist. This is a huge technical tip for digital artists. If you plant your wrist firmly on the tablet and try to draw long lines using just your fingers, your lines will be short, shaky, and restricted. But if you lift your wrist slightly and lock your elbow, moving your entire arm from the shoulder, your lines become incredibly smooth, sweeping, and confident. It takes some practice to get used to, but it completely changes the quality of your line work. We are moving past the halfway point of today's session, currently at the **39 to 20*** mark. Our red structural mannequin is looking solid. The proportions are correct. The head is the right size relative to the torso. The shoulders are level and the perspective of the room matches the character. Now comes the fun part. We get to design the actual elements. We get to dress our mannequin. I am lowering the opacity of the red layer, just like I did with the grey layer before. I create a third layer on top, and I switch to a dark, crisp charcoal colour. This is going to be our refined, rough sketch. This is the blueprint that we will use in part 2 for our final line art. Let's start with the face. Our alchemist needs to look focused, maybe a little obsessed. I am drawing sharp, angular eyebrows that tilt downward toward the nose. This immediately gives them an expression of intense concentration. I am adding a pair of high-tech magnifying goggles pushed up onto their forehead. Notice how the straps of the goggles wrap around the sphere of the head, following the perspective lines we established in the structural phase. At the *44 to 40 mark, let's work on the clothing. The robes need to look heavy, like thick wool or leather. When drawing drapery, remember the law of gravity and points of tension. The fabric hangs from the shoulders. That means the shoulders are the points of tension. The wrinkles and folds will radiate out from the shoulders, pulling downward. Watch how I draw these overlapping folds around the neck and chest. I am using overlapping lines to create depth. If line across is over line B, it tells the viewer's brain that object A is closer to the camera than object B. It is a simple optical illusion, but it is incredibly powerful for creating a sense of three-dimensional space on a flat screen. Let's move down to the lab table in the foreground at the **49 to 15** mark. We need to clutter this space to make the world feel lived. In a clean lab is a boring lab. We want mess, we want personality. I am sketching out a cluster of glass flasks. Some are tall and thin, others are round and wide. I am drawing the liquid inside them. Remember, liquid always reacts to gravity, so the surface of the liquid must remain perfectly horizontal, parallel to the horizon line of your canvas, no matter how tilted the flask is. I am also adding some loose cables running across the table, weaving between the bottles. This connects the organic background with the foreground elements, wrapping the entire composition together. Look at the background at the **53 to 10** mark. We don't want to overcomplicate the background because it will compete with our main character. We want to keep it simple, mostly suggested through value and shadow later on. But for now, I am sketching the faint outlines of massive industrial pipes running vertically up the wall and a large circular ventilation fan behind the character's head. This circular fan acts like a halo, framing the character's head and drawing the viewer's attention right back to the focal point. Everything in this composition is intentional. Every line serves a purpose to guide your eyes exactly where I want them to go. We are approaching the final minutes of this first hour, currently at the **56 to 45** mark. Take a step back from your canvas if you are painting along with me. Zoom out. It is so important to zoom out constantly. When you stay zoomed in at 400%, focusing on minor details, you lose sight of the big picture. You might spend an hour making a perfect eye, only to zoom out and realize the head is twice as big as it should be. Zoom out until your image is the size of a postage stamp. Does it still look readable? Does the silhouette still make sense? If it does, you are on the right track. Looking at our canvas right now, the composition feels incredibly balanced. The story is clear. We have our alchemist caught in a moment of deep creation, surrounded by their tools, balanced by heavy industrial shapes in the background and intricate tech details in the foreground. This brings us to the end of our first major step. We have conquered the blank canvas. We have explored multiple compositional options through thumbnailing. We have built a solid anatomical foundation, and we have layered a detailed, expressive design on top. This sketch is perfectly primed and ready for the next stage. In part 2 of this masterclass series, we are going to take this exact sketch and transform it into clean, professional line art. We will talk about line weight, how to create clean intersections, and how to use varying thickness to imply shadow before we even touch color. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this first hour. If you are ready to keep going and want to jump straight into the line art process, the next video is already waiting for you. Grab your stylus, take a quick stretch, and I will see you over in part 2. Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our ultimate 5-part digital painting masterclass. If you just wrapped up the first video, welcome back to the drawing board. If you are just jumping in, we are in the middle of a massive comprehensive project where we are building a sci-fi cyberpunk alchemist piece from scratch. In our last session, we spent a full hour conquering the blank canvas, setting up our composition, breaking down the anatomy, and laying down a highly detailed structural sketch. Today, we are moving into what many artists consider the most therapeutic or the most stressful part of the process. Fine clean line art and structural line weight. Just like the first video, this is a full 1-hour deep dive session. Look at the progress bar down below. We are not skipping anything. You are going to see every single line, every single undo stroke, and every correction in real time. Line art is notoriously difficult to get right because it requires immense precision and patience. I remember when I was starting out, I used to hate doing line art. I would spend 6 hours tracing my sketch, only for the final line art to look stiff, lifeless, and completely devoid of the energy that my rough sketch had. I couldn't understand why. I was tracing it perfectly, so why did it look so bad? It wasn't until I understood the concepts of line weight variation, edge control, and structural overlapping that my line art finally clicked. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid that stiff, mechanical look and how to make your lines feel dynamic, three-dimensional, and alive. Let's look at our timeline for this hour so you can navigate easily. Right now, at the **215*** mark, we are setting up our digital ink brushes and adjusting our stabilization settings. Around the *2210** mark, we will be focusing entirely on the organic elements, the face and the flowing drapery. By the **45 to 30, mark, we will shift gears completely into hard surface line work for the mechanical arm and laboratory background. If you need to take a break or review a specific execution technique, you can use the timestamps in the video description to jump around. If you find your lines are looking incredibly shaky, or you are struggling to get those long, smooth strokes even after adjusting your settings, you don't have to struggle through it blindly. You can skip right over to the 540 mark high, where I show a quick calibration trick for your digital tablet's pressure curve that instantly improves line stability. Let's look at the screen as we hit the **, 4 o'clock, **, mark. I am creating a brand new layer group right above our refined sketch from part 1. I am calling this group Line Art. Inside this group, I create my first layer, which I label Focal Point, Face. Before we draw a single line, let's talk about brush settings. I am using a standard round brush, but I have turned on fuzz size jitter, tied to pen pressure. This means the harder I press, the thicker the line gets. The lighter I press, the thinner it gets. I also have the stabilization setting set to around 15. If you set your stabilization too high, like 80 or 90, your brush will lag behind your pen, making it impossible to draw quick, energetic details. If you set it to 0, every tiny micro tremor in your hand will show up on the canvas. 15 is that sweet spot where it smooths out the jitters but keeps your hand's natural speed. Watch how I approach the upper eyelid at the *815** mark. The upper eyelid is a major shadow area because the brow bone casts light downward and the eyelashes create thickness. Therefore, I am pressing down firmly, making this line incredibly thick and dark. As I pull the line down toward the outer corner of the eye, I lift my pen slightly, tapering it off into a sharp, fine point. Now look at the lower eyelid. The lower eyelid catches light from above. If I make the lower eyelid line just as thick as the upper one, the eye will look like a cartoon sticker pasted onto the face. Instead, I am using a series of tiny, broken, barely visible strokes for the bottom of the eye. This allows the viewer's brain to fill in the gaps. Remember, good line art isn't just about what you draw, it's about what you choose. Fear not why to draw. Moving into the *14 o'clock, mark. Let's look at line weight as a tool for depth. The golden rule of line art is simple. Objects closer to the camera get thicker outlines. Objects farther away or inside the form get thinner lines. As look at the silhouette of the face and the jawline. Because the jaw overlaps the neck, I'm going to make the contour line of the jaw slightly thicker. This instantly pushes the neck into the background and pulls the face forward. Inside the face, things like the crease of the nose, the eyelids, or the subtle wrinkles around the eyes get incredibly thin, delicate lines. If you use the same line thickness for everything, your drawing will lose all its depth and look completely flat. As we cross the *** 20 o'clock *** mark, we are moving down to the high-tech magnifying goggles sitting on our alchemist's forehead. This introduces our first taste of hard surface lines. Unlike organic skin or hair, mechanical objects require clean, predictable curves. Watch how I zoom in to about 200% and rotate my canvas. Always rotate your canvas to match the natural arc of your wrist. It is much easier to pull a curved line toward your body than it is to push it away from you sideways. I pull a long, confident stroke for the rim of the lens. It's not perfect on the first try. I hit Ctrl-Z. I try again, Ctrl-Z. I try a third time. Perfect. Do not be ashamed of using the undo shortcut. Even professionals with 20 years of experience undo their lines 5 or 6 times to get that one perfect sweeping stroke. Let's shift our focus to the flowing robes at the ** 28 to 30 ** mark. Fabric is a beautiful test of line weight variation. When fabric folds over itself, it creates pockets of deep shadow called occlusion shadows. Look at the deep folds around the alchemist's collar and elbows. Wherever 2 pieces of cloth meet and form a sharp shape, I am going in and physically thickening that intersection, filling it in with a little wedge of solid dark ink. Watch how this instantly gives the fabric weight. It looks like heavy, expensive material rather than thin pieces of paper. When drawing the long, sweeping lines of the sleeves, I am using my entire arm from the shoulder, a technique we discussed in part 1. I start fast, press down hard in the middle of the fold where the tension is highest, and lift the pen quickly at the end to create a beautiful, tapered edge. As we approach the ** 35 to 45 ** mark, we are moving on to the massive mechanical arm on the right side of the canvas. This is where a lot of artists get overwhelmed because of the sheer number of details, but because we built a solid structural foundation of cylinders and boxes in our previous video, we know exactly where everything sits in 3D space. For hard surface elements like this robotic armor, I actually drop my brush stabilization down a bit, and I use a slightly more uniform line weight. Mechanical parts are manufactured, they aren't organic, so their edges should feel sharp and crisp. Look at how I am drawing the overlapping plates on the forearm. I am making sure that the plate on top casts a small line weight shadow onto the plate underneath. Notice how I handle the circular gears and pistons at the ** 42 to 15 ** mark. If your software has a lazy mouse or a dedicated curve tool, this is a great place to use it lightly, but don't make it too mechanical. If your lines are perfectly straight and perfectly circular, like a technical engineering blueprint, the arm will feel disconnected from the hand-drawn style of the rest of the painting. You want to maintain that human touch, that slight irregularity, that makes it feel like art, not a 3D model render. Now, let's step back and look at the foreground table at the * 48 o'clock * mark. We have our cluster of glass flasks and chemical equipment. Glass is tricky to represent in line art because glass is transparent and highly reflective. If you outline every single edge of a glass bottle with a heavy black line, it will look like it's made of solid iron. Watch my approach here. I am using a very clean, continuous line for the outer silhouette of the flask to establish its shape. But for the inside of the glass, where the liquid level is, and where the light reflections hit, I am using incredibly broken, faint lines. I am barely touching the surface of my tablet. For the liquid itself, I am drawing a crisp, flat line across, but I leave a tiny gap right where the liquid touches the glass edge. This subtle gap mimics the way light refracts through glass and water, instantly giving it a believable, transparent quality. As we hit the * 52 to 30 * mark, we are tackling the background elements, the industrial pipes and the massive circular ventilation fan. Remember what we discussed about depth. The background should never compete with the foreground focal point. If I use the same dark, crisp lines for the pipes in the back as I did for the alchemist's face, the background will jump forward and the entire image will become cluttered and unreadable. To solve this, I am creating a separate layer for the background lines, and I am changing my brush color from dark charcoal to a medium, muted grey. I am also reducing my brush size by half. Look at how I am sketching the long vertical lines of the pipes. Because they are thin and light grey, they automatically recede into the distance. They provide context and atmosphere without screaming for the viewer's attention. The circular ventilation fan acts as a beautiful framing device behind our character's head, and by keeping its line art light and delicate, it feels like it is shrouded in ambient atmosphere. We are approaching the final minutes of this second hour, currently at the **57 to 15*** mark. Let's do our final check. I am turning off the visibility of our rough sketch and structural layers underneath. Look at the canvas now. The line art stands completely on its own. Because of our deliberate line weight choices, you can clearly see the depth of the image even without a single drop of colour or shading. The face pops forward. The heavy fabric looks deep and dimensional, the mechanical arm feels structural and solid, and the background sits quietly in the distance. This is exactly what you want to achieve before moving forward. If your line art feels weak or flat, do not rush into colouring thinking that shading will fix it. Take the time now to pass over your lines, thicken those intersections, and refine your silhouettes. We have successfully completed the blueprint for our masterpiece. Our cyber alchemist is fully realised in clean, dynamic line work, and we are perfectly set up for the next major phase of our workflow. In part 3 of this masterclass series, we are going to leave the lines behind and dive headfirst into colour theory. We will talk about blocking in flat base colours, establishing a cohesive colour palette using local values to control contrast, and prepping our layers for the heavy rendering phase. Thank you so much for dedication and for sticking with me through this intense line art session. Take a well-deserved break, rest your eyes, stretch your wrists, and when you are ready, jump right into part 3 where we finally bring this world to life with colour. See you there.